What's up, Warriors and Patriots? Stash Sergeant Troy coming to you live here on YouTube. I'm looking at a email I just got from some friends of mine in the Oath Keepers, and I'll read it. Outstanding. I just left my neighbor's house. Devin is with the National Guard in this area, and he just got home from an EDRI mission, which is an emergency deployment readiness exercise at the Armory. And he said during that exercise, 3 companies of infantry were polled and questioned about the drill and its purpose. And one of the questions is as a member of the National Guard, would you use lethal force against the American public if ordered to do so? One of the men stepped forward and refused to take the poll and explained this was against his better moral judgment on his part and that he would not do so. And then he placed his weapon on the deck, which is the ground, and fell behind the formation. Devin said it was like a waterfall. Every member of their company laid their weapons on the deck and fell beside the lone specialist. This included all NCOs, staff NCOs, and senior NCOs, and only left the people in the front of the formation, which was 3 captains, 2 lieutenants, and the battalion commander, who was so upset he started having chest pains from yelling and screaming about court-martials and disbandment of the unit and to other units. And Devin, who is a master sergeant, went to his troops and told them that he could not have been prouder, and he was floating on clouds while he was telling me this. Maybe we have more than just hope on our side. Semper Fi, thanks for the honor of being here, Robert. Immediately, right after this email, the next email was, I just heard from my friend Devin. He was texted by his platoon leader and advised that the specialist who laid down his weapon first is being held in the county jail by the battalion commander awaiting a hearing under the UCMJ, which is the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Devin couldn't get any more information than that, and I don't want to post the man's name until we have more information. I am so upset by this, I'm having chest pains myself. How can they do this to one soldier and not all of them? I'll let you know how things go. Semper Fi. Stay strong. Alright. The reason that they can do this is what they're going to do to that little specialist is they're going to make an example of him. And they're going to say, just like I've said before, this is what's going to happen to you if you don't do what I tell you to do. The American people are the problem, and we're going to root them out, and we're going to treat them just like enemy combatants, and if you don't do it, you're going to find yourself in fucking prison, Leavenworth, wherever, and at the least, you're going to go to the county jail, and then you're going to, and prior to that, you were a good soldier serving your country, doing what you thought was necessary to provide for your family and your way of life. Now all of a sudden, you're a fucking enemy combatant because you won't fire on the American people. Just like I said it would happen. Listen, folks, I was a staff sergeant in the active duty Army and the National Guard, both. I was an infantry soldier, a parachute infantry soldier. I was in a reconnaissance platoon on top of that, and I went to scout school. Alright, so I wasn't some fucking generator mechanic or clerk or whatever. I was a combat go-to-war soldier. Now, what I'm getting at is my job and the jobs of my soldiers was to close with and destroy the enemy by close quarters combat and support by fire. Alright? Maneuver, throw hand grenades, blow shit up. That was our job. Alright? Now, they're wanting these same soldiers to do those kind of things on the American people. One guy from the Oath Keepers just sent me, who is a great organization, by the way, just sent me an email saying that one of the soldiers, who is a friend of his, now is being held in the county jail because he refused to take a poll, you know, a freaking, I can't even think of the name of it, whatever. He said, I ain't going to do it. It's wrong. They locked him up. So if you think that the rest of the military is going to do that, there'll be some that will say, but they're going to get locked up for failure to follow direct order. Alright? Now, just rewind a little bit to say like the My Lai killings in Vietnam, when Lieutenant Calley was ordered to kill everybody in this village and he ordered all his men to do so. They prosecuted his ass. Alright? And the people that said, hey, I was just following orders. Well, that shit don't fly. Alright? Now, all of a sudden, it's reversed, and they're saying, hey, if you don't follow orders, I don't care if they're even illegal, you do what I tell you to do, or bad shit is going to come your way. What is this country coming to, man? I suppose if I was still in the military that I would be in jail because I would not take an order to fire on the American people. I would not do it. No. Hang on, let me light this cigarette. Alright. Now, just trying to give you a brief overview of what I know. What'll happen is, this guy's going to get prosecuted. He's probably going to, at the least, just get discharged. Alright? Maybe some more jail time, maybe, I don't know. But at the least, he'll get discharged and kicked out. Probably bad conduct, or OTH, other than honorable. So, he tried to do the right thing, and the military booted him out. Right before I got out of the Army, in 2008, or let's just say right after, a friend of mine who was still an NCO, who's out now, but he was still an NCO then, he called me and said, Mercer, he said, you would not like it. He said, everything has changed. It's very corporatized. He said, everything is bean counted. It's not about the flag and serving your country anymore and wearing the uniform and doing the right thing. It's about being the corporate muscle. He called me, my friend Mike called me and told me this, who thinks just like I do, and is actually, he's a big old scary Japanese guy, scary motherfucker. But nevertheless, he said that it was about being the corporate muscle, that they had a briefing, all the NCOs, and they told them, and used that term. The company commander used the term corporate muscle. And they had brought this new company commander in from an active duty unit somewhere in Colorado. I can't even think of the base. Fort Carson. 4th Infantry Division's out there. Anyway, and was teaching them that they are going to be the ones who are going to have to combat the American citizens here in America. The National Guard is going to be one of the first guys used to, because they can be called out by the governor and all this crap and different orders under different titles, and that they would have to be used to quell any sort of insurrection or uprising, and that the American people would be looked at as nothing more than homegrown terrorists. Right. So, with speaking about that, my friend Mike got out because he would not do it. He's like, fuck this, I'm out of here. I'm done. His enlistment was up anyway. So, continuing on, the U.S. military, if you think, well, what happens is, I don't even know where to start. I'm so upset about it. First of all the good people, the squared away NCOs and soldiers, they'll either get out because they're not going to put up with that crap. Some might be indoctrinated. There'll be a percentage of those. Some are career people. They're going to do whatever the fuck, comes down the pipe no matter what, because they want to go up the corporate ladder. And it's there. The good old boy system is alive and well in the National Guard. And it's all about doing what you're told so that you can take the next step up and get a rank, get a promotion, get a job, get a command, do all these things. So it's about power. All right? Not about, serving your country and waving the flag and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, these guys will be replaced with criminals, criminal-minded people, people that are not morally straight, people who don't give a fuck, people that like nothing better than to have a license to kill and maim and blow shit up and do whatever they want without getting in trouble. Okay, because you go out there and do something like that today, right now, on your own, and the FBI is going to be hunting you down when you'll have your own satellite within a couple hours, looking for your ass. But if you're, under the flag and wearing the uniform and they give you an order and say it's okay, well, you're like, woohoo, I'm good. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And that's exactly what's happening. If you think I'm crazy, or if you think I wish I could somehow, I'm not smart enough to post this on here, but I will. All right, I'll call somebody that knows some shit about it. All right, it is absolutely disgusting. Disgusting. It turns my stomach to know. I mean, I loved being a soldier. Loved it. That's all I ever wanted to do, was be a soldier. Not some fucking clerk, not some artillery dude or whatever. I wanted to be a grunt. I wanted the hardest thing the military had to offer me. And I did. And I did it. And I was exceptional. I was outstanding. Outstanding. I wish I had my DD-214 right here and put it up here so you could read it. Outstanding. All right, but now I feel like, how can you do this to your own people? The Nazis did this to their own people. The good German soldiers that didn't want to go along with it, well, they got out. Or they moved, or they left, or whatever. Maybe they went to jail. Maybe they got killed. But they got replaced with somebody that would do the job, that says, what? Oh, I can do this. I can murder, rape, and pillage and blow shit up, and nobody's going to say anything to me? Cool. I'm off. Where do I sign up? Yeah. And you're going to pay me? Cool. So that's what you're getting. That's who enlisted in the Army today. Right. Bunch of pathetic fucking garbage trash that will follow any order, no matter how ridiculous or horrific. Alright? Because all the good soldiers, they're either going to be prosecuted, kicked out, or indoctrinated. God save us. I tell you what. I'm going to send this to some folks I know, and you guys can post it or throw it in the trash or whatever you want to do. Beans, bullets, and water. Staff Sergeant Troy out here.